This video contains audio content only. There are no visual elements or images accompanying the audio. If you're expecting to see video footage, please note that this is an intentional audio-only presentation. We recommend listening to this content rather than watching the screen. Thank you for your understanding and enjoy the audio. Introduction. Welcome, nature enthusiasts and curious minds. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of one of Africa's most unique and elusive creatures, the aardvark. Our journey will take us through the savannas and forests of sub-Saharan Africa, where we'll explore the life, habits, and importance of this remarkable animal. The aardvark, whose name means earth pig in Afrikaans, is a creature that seems to defy easy classification. With its long snout, rabbit-like ears, and pig-like body, it's truly one of nature's most peculiar designs. But don't let its odd appearance fool you. The aardvark is a marvel of evolution, perfectly adapted to its environment and lifestyle. In this comprehensive exploration, we'll uncover the secrets of the aardvark's anatomy, its crucial role in its ecosystem, and the challenges it faces in our rapidly changing world. We'll delve into its evolutionary history, tracing its lineage back millions of years, and examine how it has captured the human imagination, appearing in various cultures and media. As we embark on this audio journey, we'll draw from a wealth of scientific research, field observations, and conservation efforts. Our goal is to provide you with a thorough understanding of this extraordinary animal and to highlight the importance of preserving its habitat and ensuring its survival for future generations. So, whether you're a wildlife enthusiast, a student of biology, or simply someone who loves learning about the wonders of the natural world, this exploration of the aardvark promises to be both informative and captivating. Let's begin our adventure into the world of this nocturnal African marvel. 1. Physical characteristics and anatomy of aardvarks. Let's begin our exploration of the aardvark by examining its unique physical characteristics and anatomy. The aardvark, scientifically known as Orycterapus offer, is a medium-sized mammal that stands out due to its peculiar appearance. At first glance, the aardvark might seem like a creature assembled from parts of other animals. Its body is stout and arched, covered in coarse, sparse hair that ranges from yellowish-gray to pale brown. This coloration provides excellent camouflage in its savanna and woodland habitats. The most striking feature of the aardvark is undoubtedly its elongated, pig-like snout. This remarkable appendage is not just for show, it's a highly specialized tool essential for the aardvark's survival. The snout contains an extraordinary olfactory system, giving the aardvark an incredibly acute sense of smell. This keen sense allows them to detect insects underground, a crucial ability for their specialized diet. Moving down from the snout, we find another fascinating adaptation, the aardvark's tongue. This organ can extend up to 12 inches in length and is coated with a sticky saliva. The combination of the long, narrow snout and the sticky tongue forms a perfect insect-catching apparatus, allowing the aardvark to probe deep into termite mounds and ant nests to extract its prey. The aardvark's ears are another notable feature. Large and erect, these rabbit-like ears provide excellent hearing, which is vital for detecting predators in the darkness of night when aardvarks are most active. The ears also play a role in thermoregulation, helping the animal to dissipate heat in the hot African climate. Moving to the body, the aardvark's frame is supported by strong, muscular legs. The front legs are equipped with powerful claws, 4 on each foot, which are perfectly adapted for digging. These claws are so strong that an aardvark can dig faster than several human diggers equipped with shovels. The hind legs have 5 toes each and are also strong, allowing the aardvark to stand upright on its hind legs when necessary, using its thick, tapering tail for balance. Speaking of its tail, this appendage is another unique feature. Thick and muscular at the base, it tapers to a point and is strong enough to allow the aardvark to balance on its hind legs, almost like a kangaroo. This ability comes in handy when the aardvark needs to survey its surroundings or reach higher termite mounds. Internally, the aardvark's anatomy is just as specialized as its external features. Its skeletal structure is robust, designed to withstand the forces generated during digging. The skull is elongated and reinforced to support the muscular action of the snout and jaw. One of the most intriguing aspects of aardvark anatomy is its teeth. Unlike most mammals, aardvarks lack incisors and canines. Instead, they have cylindrical, rootless teeth that continue to grow throughout their lives. These teeth lack enamel and are composed of many thin tubes of vasodentin, a modified form of dentine. This unique dental structure is perfectly suited for grinding up the hard exoskeletons of their insect prey. The aardvark's digestive system is also specialized for its insectivorous diet. It has a large, muscular stomach that acts like a gizzard, grinding up the tough exoskeletons of ants and termites. This is followed by a long intestine, which helps to extract maximum nutrition from its diet. In terms of size, adult aardvarks typically measure about 3.4 to 4.3 feet in body length, with a tail adding another 21 to 26 inches. They stand about 24 inches tall at the shoulder and can weigh anywhere from 110 to 180 pounds. This size makes them formidable animals, capable of defending themselves against many predators. The aardvark's sensory systems are also worth noting. While their eyesight is poor, their keen sense of smell and hearing more than make up for this deficiency. They also have sensitive skin, particularly on their snout, which helps them detect vibrations and movements of insects. All these physical characteristics and anatomical features come together to make the aardvark a highly successful and specialized animal, perfectly adapted to its unique ecological niche. From its powerful digging claws to its long, sticky tongue, every aspect of the aardvark's body is a testament to the power of evolutionary adaptation. 2. Habitat and distribution of aardvarks. Now that we've explored the unique physical characteristics of the aardvark, let's turn our attention to where these fascinating creatures live and how they're distributed across the African continent. Aardvarks are found exclusively in sub-Saharan Africa, inhabiting a wide range of habitats across this vast and diverse region. Their distribution stretches from Senegal in the west to Ethiopia in the east, and from South Africa in the south to as far north as parts of Chad and Sudan. This extensive range encompasses a variety of ecosystems, demonstrating the aardvark's adaptability to different environmental conditions. The primary habitats of aardvarks include savannas, grasslands, woodlands, and even some forest areas. They show a particular preference for open landscapes where the soil is suitable for digging their burrows and where their primary food sources, ants and termites, are abundant. However, they're notably absent from true deserts and dense rainforests. In the savannas, aardvarks thrive in the mosaic of grassy areas interspersed with trees and shrubs. This habitat provides them with ample space for foraging and sufficient cover for protection. The savanna's seasonal cycles, with alternating wet and dry periods, influence the availability of their insect prey, which in turn affects the aardvark's behavior and movement patterns. Woodlands offer another favorable habitat for aardvarks. These areas, characterized by scattered trees and a mix of grass and shrub understory, provide diverse foraging opportunities. The trees in woodlands often harbor termite nests, a prime food source for aardvarks. In more arid regions, aardvarks can be found in semi-desert scrublands. Here, they often concentrate their activities near water sources or in areas where the soil retains enough moisture to support termite and ant colonies. Their ability to survive in these drier habitats is a testament to their adaptability and efficient water conservation mechanisms. Interestingly, aardvarks have also been observed in some agricultural areas. They can sometimes be found foraging in cultivated fields, especially where traditional farming practices maintain a degree of natural vegetation. However, intensive agriculture and habitat destruction pose significant threats to aardvark populations in many areas. One of the key factors determining aardvark distribution is soil type. They prefer areas with soft, sandy, or clay soils that are easy to dig. This preference is crucial for their burrowing behavior, which is central to their survival strategy. Aardvarks create extensive burrow systems that serve multiple purposes, as daytime shelters, for raising young, and as escape routes from predators. Water availability is another important factor influencing aardvark distribution. While they can obtain much of their water needs from their insect prey, they do require access to water sources, especially during dry seasons. This need often influences their movement patterns and home range sizes. The aardvark's distribution is not uniform across its range. Population densities can vary significantly depending on habitat quality, food availability, and human impacts. In some areas, aardvarks may be relatively common, while in others, they may be rare or locally extinct. Climate change is increasingly affecting aardvark distribution. As temperatures rise and rainfall patterns shift, some areas are becoming less suitable for aardvarks and their insect prey. This is causing changes in their distribution, with potential range contractions in some regions and possible expansions in others. Human activities have also significantly impacted aardvark distribution. Habitat loss due to agriculture, urban development, and mining has fragmented aardvark populations in many areas. Additionally, hunting pressure in some regions has led to local extinctions. Despite these challenges, the aardvark's adaptability has allowed it to persist across a large part of its historical range. Conservation efforts are crucial to ensure that this unique animal continues to inhabit its diverse African habitats. Understanding the habitat preferences and distribution of aardvarks is not just important for the species itself. As ecosystem engineers, aardvarks play a crucial role in shaping their environments. Their burrows provide shelter for numerous other species, and their foraging activities influence soil composition and insect populations. Thus, the presence or absence of aardvarks can have far-reaching effects on entire ecosystems. In conclusion, the aardvark's distribution across sub-Saharan Africa is a testament to its adaptability and ecological importance. From savannas to woodlands, and from semi-arid scrublands to the fringes of forests, these remarkable animals have found ways to thrive in diverse habitats. As we continue to study and understand their distribution patterns, we gain valuable insights not just into the aardvark's ecology, but also into the health and dynamics of African ecosystems as a whole. 3. Diet, feeding behavior, and adaptations of aardvarks. The aardvark's diet and feeding behavior are among its most fascinating attributes, perfectly illustrating the concept of evolutionary adaptation. These unique animals are specialized myrmecophages, meaning they primarily eat ants and termites. This specialized diet has shaped not only their physical features but also their behavior and ecological role. Let's start with the aardvark's diet. While ants and termites form the bulk of their food intake, aardvarks are known to consume up to 50,000 insects in a single night. This impressive feat is made possible by their highly efficient feeding adaptations. The species of ants and termites consumed can vary depending on local availability, but aardvarks show a preference for certain types. They particularly favor the abundant, aggressive, and nutritious Macrodermes termites, which build large, complex mounds. In addition to ants and termites, aardvarks occasionally supplement their diet with other insects like beetles and larvae. In some areas, they've been observed eating a cucumber-like fruit called the aardvark cucumber, Cucumis humifructus. This fruit is believed to be their only plant food source and may provide necessary moisture, especially during dry seasons. The aardvark's feeding behavior is primarily nocturnal. They emerge from their burrows at night to forage, using their keen sense of smell to locate insect nests. Their eyesight is poor, but this is compensated by their excellent hearing and sense of smell. They can detect termite mounds and ant nests from a considerable distance, even when these are underground. Once an insect colony is located, the aardvark's specialized feeding adaptations come into play. Using their powerful claws, they quickly dig into the mound or nest. Their strong legs and claws allow them to break through even the hardest termite mounds with surprising speed. As they dig, they use their long, sticky tongue to lap up the insects. The tongue, which can extend up to 12 inches, is covered in sticky saliva that traps the insects. The aardvark can flick its tongue up to 160 times per minute, allowing for rapid consumption of its prey. Interestingly, aardvarks have developed a feeding strategy that minimizes the defensive responses of their prey. They often dig a small hole into a termite mound and wait for the soldier termites to investigate the breach. Once the soldiers have swarmed to the hole, the aardvark uses its long tongue to sweep them up efficiently. This method allows them to feed without having to dig deeply into every mound they encounter. The aardvark's snout is another crucial adaptation for its feeding behavior. The long, tubular snout is highly sensitive and mobile, allowing the aardvark to detect and access insect nests effectively. The nostrils at the end of the snout can be closed, preventing dust and insects from entering as the aardvark digs and feeds. Another fascinating adaptation is the aardvark's ability to close its nostrils while feeding. This prevents insects from crawling up its nose and also helps it to breathe while its snout is buried in soil or termite mounds. This feature, combined with their ability to hold their breath for up to 6 minutes, allows them to feed efficiently even in dusty or confined spaces. The aardvark's digestive system is also specially adapted to its insectivorous diet. Their stomach is muscular and gizzard-like, helping to grind up the tough exoskeletons of their insect prey. The intestines are long, allowing for maximum nutrient absorption from their low-calorie diet. Interestingly, aardvarks don't need to drink water regularly, as they obtain most of their moisture needs from their insect prey. Seasonal changes can significantly affect the aardvark's feeding behavior. During dry seasons, when termites and ants may be less active near the surface, aardvarks may need to dig deeper or travel further to find food. They've been observed to adjust their foraging patterns based on seasonal availability of prey, sometimes becoming more active during twilight hours or even during the day in cooler seasons. The aardvark's feeding behavior also has significant ecological impacts. Their foraging activities help to control insect populations, particularly those of ants and termites. This can have cascading effects on vegetation and other wildlife. Additionally, their digging creates disturbances in the soil, which can enhance nutrient cycling and create microhabitats for other organisms. However, the aardvark's specialized diet also makes them vulnerable to environmental changes. Drought or other factors that affect insect populations can have severe impacts on aardvark survival. Climate change, which is altering precipitation patterns across Africa, poses a significant threat to aardvarks by potentially disrupting their food supply. In conclusion, the aardvark's diet and feeding behavior showcase a remarkable set of adaptations that have evolved over millions of years. From their specialized tongues and snouts to their efficient digging abilities and digestive systems, every aspect of the aardvark is fine-tuned for its insectivorous lifestyle. Understanding these adaptations not only gives us insight into the aardvark's ecology but also highlights the intricate relationships between species and their environments in the complex ecosystems of Africa. 4. Reproduction and life cycle of aardvarks. The reproduction and life cycle of aardvarks are as intriguing as their unique physical characteristics and feeding habits. These solitary animals have developed a reproductive strategy that is well suited to their nocturnal, burrowing lifestyle and the challenges of their environment. Let's start with the mating process. Aardvarks are generally solitary creatures, coming together primarily for mating. The breeding season can vary depending on the geographic location, but in many areas, it coincides with the end of the rainy season when food is abundant. This timing ensures that there will be plenty of resources available when the young are born and start to grow. Male aardvarks typically have larger home ranges than females and may travel considerable distances in search of a mate. They use their keen sense of smell to detect females that are in estrus. When a male encounters a receptive female, a brief courtship ensues. This courtship often involves the male following the female, sniffing her, and sometimes engaging in a sort of dance where they circle each other. The actual mating is a quick affair, lasting only a few minutes. After mating, the male and female separate, with the male playing no further role in the rearing of the offspring. This strategy is common among many solitary mammal species, where the burden of parental care falls entirely on the female. The gestation period for aardvarks is remarkably long for an animal of their size, lasting about 7 months. This extended gestation allows for the development of a single, well-developed offspring. Multiple births are extremely rare in aardvarks. The birth typically occurs in a specially prepared underground burrow. The female aardvark creates a birth chamber that is separate from the main burrow system, providing a safe and secluded space for the newborn. The young aardvark, called a cub, is born with its eyes open and is capable of walking within a few hours of birth, although it remains in the burrow for several weeks. At birth, the cub weighs about 4 to 5 pounds and is covered in pale yellowish-brown hair. It's born with soft, semi-translucent skin that gradually hardens and darkens as it grows. The cub's snout is initially short and broad, gradually elongating to the characteristic aardvark shape as it matures. For the first 2 weeks of life, the mother stays with her cub almost constantly, leaving only briefly to feed. As the cub grows stronger, the mother begins to leave it alone in the burrow for longer periods while she forages. The cub is nursed for about 3 months, during which time it grows rapidly. Aardvark milk is extremely rich in nutrients, reflecting the need for rapid growth in a species that produces only one offspring at a time. The milk is high in fat and protein, allowing the cub to develop quickly and reach a size where it can accompany its mother on foraging trips. Around 2 months of age, the cub begins to venture out of the burrow, initially staying close to the entrance. By 3 months, it starts to accompany its mother on foraging trips, learning the crucial skills of locating and excavating insect nests. This period is critical for the young aardvark's development, as it must learn to find food efficiently before it's fully weaned. The weaning process is gradual, with the cub starting to eat insects while still nursing. By about 3 to 4 months of age, the cub is fully weaned and capable of foraging independently, although it may continue to accompany its mother for several more months. Young aardvarks reach sexual maturity at about 2 years of age, although they may not breed until they're 3 or 4 years old. This delayed maturity allows young aardvarks to fully develop their foraging skills and establish their own territories before taking on the energetic demands of reproduction. The lifespan of aardvarks in the wild is not precisely known, but they can live up to 23 years in captivity. In the wild, their lifespan is likely shorter due to predation, disease, and environmental challenges. One fascinating aspect of aardvark reproduction is the phenomenon known as delayed implantation. After fertilization, the embryo develops to the blastocyst stage and then enters a period of dormancy. This delay in implantation allows the female to time the birth to coincide with favorable environmental conditions, typically the beginning of the rainy season when food is most abundant. The aardvark's reproductive strategy, producing a single, well-developed offspring and investing heavily in its care, is an adaptation to their challenging environment. This strategy, known as K-selection, is common among large mammals with long lifespans. It allows for the production of offspring that are better equipped to survive in their environment, even if it means having fewer young overall. However, this reproductive strategy also makes aardvarks vulnerable to population declines. With only one offspring produced per year, at most, and a long period before that offspring reaches sexual maturity, aardvark populations can take a long time to recover from declines caused by habitat loss, hunting, or environmental changes. In conclusion, the reproduction and life cycle of aardvarks reflect their unique adaptations to their environment and lifestyle. From their solitary mating habits to their investment in a single, well-developed offspring, every aspect of aardvark reproduction is finely tuned to maximize the chances of survival in the challenging ecosystems of Africa. Understanding these processes is crucial for conservation efforts aimed at protecting this remarkable species and ensuring its continued survival in the wild. 5. Conservation status, threats, and behavior of aardvarks. The conservation status of aardvarks is a topic of growing concern among wildlife biologists and conservationists. While these unique animals have managed to adapt to a variety of habitats across sub-Saharan Africa, they face numerous threats in the modern world. Understanding these challenges, as well as the aardvark's behavior, is crucial for developing effective conservation strategies. Let's start with the conservation status. The International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, currently lists the aardvark as a species of least concern on its red list. This classification might suggest that aardvarks are doing well, but it's important to note that this status was last assessed in 2015, and much has changed since then. Many experts believe that aardvark populations are declining across much of their range, and there are calls for a reassessment of their conservation status. The primary threats to aardvarks are habitat loss and degradation. As human populations expand across Africa, natural habitats are being converted for agriculture, urban development, and resource extraction. This not only reduces the available space for aardvarks but also fragments their populations, making it harder for them to find mates and maintain genetic diversity. Climate change is another significant threat. Aardvarks are highly sensitive to temperature changes, and increasing temperatures can affect their ability to regulate their body heat. Moreover, climate change can alter rainfall patterns, affecting the availability of their insect prey. Studies have shown that during drought periods, aardvark mortality rates can increase significantly due to food shortages. Hunting is also a concern in some areas. While not widely hunted for meat, aardvarks are sometimes killed for traditional medicine or out of fear. Some cultures consider them to be bad omens. In some regions, they're hunted for their teeth, which are used in jewelry or believed to have magical properties. The bush meat trade, particularly in Central and West Africa, poses another threat. Although aardvarks are not a primary target, they can be caught in snares set for other animals. Now, let's delve into aardvark behavior, which is crucial for understanding both their vulnerability to these threats and their importance in their ecosystems. Aardvarks are primarily nocturnal, emerging from their burrows at night to forage. This behavior helps them avoid the heat of the day and reduces their exposure to predators. However, in some cooler regions or during winter months, they may be active during twilight hours or even during the day. One of the most distinctive behaviors of aardvarks is their burrowing. They are prolific diggers, creating extensive burrow systems that serve multiple purposes. These burrows provide shelter from the heat of the day, protection from predators, and a safe place to rear young. Aardvarks may have multiple burrows within their home range, using different ones on different nights. Interestingly, aardvark burrows play a crucial role in their ecosystems. Many other species, including warthogs, hyenas, and various reptiles and birds, use abandoned aardvark burrows for shelter. This makes aardvarks ecosystem engineers, species that modify their environment in ways that benefit many other organisms. Aardvarks are generally solitary, coming together only for mating. They communicate through scent marking, using secretions from glands near their anus to mark their territories. They also make various vocalizations, including soft grunts while foraging and loud grunts or bleats when alarmed. When threatened, aardvarks can be formidable opponents. They have powerful claws that they can use for defense, and they're capable of running at speeds up to 25 miles per hour over short distances. If cornered, they may roll onto their backs and lash out with all 4 feet. Aardvarks are excellent swimmers, an unexpected skill for an animal associated with arid environments. This ability allows them to cross rivers and escape predators when necessary. Their foraging behavior is fascinating to observe. Using their keen sense of smell, they zigzag across the landscape, stopping frequently to probe the ground with their long snouts. When they detect a termite mound or ant nest, they quickly dig into it with their powerful claws and use their long, sticky tongues to lap up the insects. One particularly interesting aspect of aardvark behavior is their apparent ability to predict rainfall. Studies have shown that aardvarks often start digging new burrows just before the rainy season begins, possibly in anticipation of softer soil conditions. Conservation efforts for aardvarks focus on several key areas. Habitat protection is crucial, with efforts to establish and maintain protected areas where aardvarks can thrive. Connectivity between these protected areas is also important to allow for gene flow between populations. Research is another critical component of aardvark conservation. More studies are needed to understand their population dynamics, habitat requirements, and responses to climate change. This information is essential for developing effective conservation strategies. Education and community engagement are also vital. In areas where aardvarks are hunted or persecuted, education programs can help change attitudes and reduce human-wildlife conflict. Engaging local communities in conservation efforts can also help protect aardvark habitats while providing sustainable livelihoods. Climate change mitigation and adaptation strategies are becoming increasingly important for aardvark conservation. This includes efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions at a global level, as well as local initiatives to help ecosystems and wildlife adapt to changing conditions. In conclusion, while aardvarks have shown remarkable adaptability throughout their evolutionary history, they face significant challenges in the modern world. Their unique behaviors and ecological role make them a fascinating subject for study and an important species for conservation. Protecting aardvarks not only ensures the survival of this remarkable species but also helps maintain the health and diversity of African ecosystems as a whole. As we continue to learn more about these extraordinary animals, we can develop more effective strategies to ensure their survival for generations to come. 6. Evolutionary history and taxonomy of aardvarks. The evolutionary history and taxonomy of aardvarks is a fascinating journey through time, revealing much about the development of mammalian life in Africa and the unique adaptations that have allowed these remarkable creatures to thrive for millions of years. Let's start with taxonomy. The aardvark, scientifically known as Orycterapus afer, is the only living species in the genus Orycterapus and the family Orycteropodidae. This family, in turn, is the sole representative of the order Tubulidentata. The name Tubulidentata refers to the unique structure of their teeth, which are composed of many thin tubes of dentine cemented together, unlike the solid teeth of most mammals. This taxonomic isolation reflects the aardvark's unique evolutionary path. For many years, scientists struggled to classify aardvarks, given their unusual combination of features. They've been variously grouped with pangolins, anteaters, and armadillos due to superficial similarities in diet and appearance. However, genetic studies have revealed that aardvarks are not closely related to any of these groups. Instead, aardvarks belong to a group of mammals known as Afrotheria, which includes elephants, hyraxes, manatees, and several other African mammals. This grouping, established through molecular studies in the late 20th century, revolutionized our understanding of mammalian evolution and biogeography. The aardvark lineage is ancient, having diverged from other Afrotherians around 80 to 90 million years ago, during the Cretaceous period. This was a time when Africa was still connected to South America as part of the supercontinent Gondwana. The split between aardvarks and other Afrotherians likely occurred as Africa began to separate from South America, leading to the isolated evolution of these unique animals. The fossil record for aardvarks is relatively sparse, but it provides some fascinating insights into their evolution. The oldest known aardvark-like fossil, Myoricterapus africanus, dates back to about 20 million years ago in the early Miocene epoch. This animal was already recognizably aardvark-like, suggesting that the basic aardvark body plan had evolved by this time. Another important fossil species is Orycterapus mauritanicus, found in North Africa and dating to the Middle Miocene, about 15 million years ago. This species shows that aardvarks once had a wider distribution, extending into areas that are now too arid to support them. Interestingly, fossil evidence suggests that there were once several species of aardvark living at the same time in different parts of Africa. Over time, all but one of these species went extinct, leaving us with the single species we see today. The evolution of the aardvark's unique features is a testament to the power of natural selection. Their long, sticky tongue and powerful claws evolved in response to their specialized diet of ants and termites. The tube-like teeth, which lack enamel and grow continuously throughout their lives, are an adaptation to their abrasive diet and the sandy environments they often feed in. Their keen sense of smell, so crucial for locating insect nests, likely evolved as they became more specialized insectivores. The large, upright ears not only provide excellent hearing but also help with thermoregulation in hot African environments. One of the most intriguing aspects of aardvark evolution is their burrowing behavior. This adaptation not only provides protection from predators and extreme temperatures but also allows aardvarks to access subterranean insect nests. The powerful limbs and claws that make them such effective diggers are the result of millions of years of evolutionary refinement. It's worth noting that while aardvarks are the only surviving members of their order, they weren't always alone. Fossil evidence suggests that there were once other tubulidentates, including the genus Leptoricterapus, which lived alongside early aardvarks. These animals went extinct, leaving the aardvark as the sole survivor of this ancient lineage. The aardvark's survival through major climatic and environmental changes over millions of years is a testament to their adaptability. They've weathered ice ages, periods of extreme aridity, and significant changes in Africa's landscape and ecosystem. Today, scientists recognize several subspecies of aardvark across their range in Africa, although the exact number and validity of these subspecies are subjects of ongoing research. These subspecies show slight variations in size and coloration, reflecting adaptations to different local environments. Recent genetic studies have revealed interesting patterns of diversity within aardvark populations. There appears to be significant genetic variation between populations in different parts of Africa, suggesting that aardvarks may have been isolated in different refugia during past climatic changes. This genetic diversity is important for the species' long-term survival and adaptability. Understanding the evolutionary history and taxonomy of aardvarks is crucial for conservation efforts. It helps us appreciate the unique nature of these animals and the importance of preserving them as representatives of an ancient and distinct evolutionary lineage. Moreover, studying aardvark evolution can provide insights into broader patterns of mammalian evolution and biogeography in Africa. As one of the few large mammals endemic to Africa that has survived into the present day, aardvarks offer a window into the continent's past ecosystems and the processes that have shaped its unique fauna. In conclusion, the evolutionary history and taxonomy of aardvarks tell a story of remarkable adaptation and resilience. From their divergence from other African mammals tens of millions of years ago to their survival through major environmental changes, aardvarks have demonstrated an extraordinary ability to adapt and thrive. As we face a future of rapid environmental change, understanding the evolutionary journey of species like the aardvark becomes increasingly important for informing conservation strategies and appreciating the depth of Earth's biodiversity. 7. Cultural significance and representations of aardvarks. Aardvarks, with their unique appearance and behaviors, have captured human imagination for centuries, leading to various cultural representations and significance across different societies. While not as prominently featured in mythology and folklore as some other African animals, aardvarks have nonetheless left their mark on human culture, particularly in Africa and, more recently, in global popular culture. In many African cultures, aardvarks hold a special place due to their unusual characteristics and nocturnal, elusive nature. Among some communities, aardvarks are associated with mystical or spiritual properties. For instance, in some traditional belief systems, aardvarks are thought to have the ability to predict rain, a belief that may stem from observations of their burrowing behavior changing before the rainy season. In parts of West Africa, aardvark body parts, particularly their claws and teeth, are used in traditional medicine and as talismans. The teeth are sometimes worn as amulets, believed to provide protection or bring good fortune. However, it's important to note that such practices can pose a threat to aardvark populations and are discouraged by conservationists. The aardvark's burrowing ability has led to its association with the earth and underground realms in some African folklore. In some stories, aardvarks are portrayed as wise creatures with knowledge of the secrets hidden beneath the earth's surface. Their nocturnal habits have also contributed to their mysterious reputation in folklore. In South Africa, the aardvark has lent its name to a popular liqueur called amarula, which features an illustration of an African elephant on its label but was originally branded with an aardvark. This association highlights the aardvark's recognition as a uniquely African animal. Moving to modern global culture, aardvarks have found their way into literature, animation, and popular media. One of the most famous representations is Arthur, the anthropomorphic aardvark protagonist of the children's book series and television show created by Mark Brown. Arthur has introduced generations of children worldwide to aardvarks, albeit in a highly stylized form that bears little resemblance to the actual animal. In the realm of literature, aardvarks make appearances in various works. For example, in Roald Dahl's novel, The Giraffe and the Pelly and Me, an aardvark is one of the animals mentioned. While not a central character, its inclusion speaks to the aardvark's status as an animal that captures imagination due to its uniqueness. Aardvarks have also found their way into popular sayings and expressions. The phrase, "from aardvark to ziziva," is sometimes used as an alternative to, "from A to Z," highlighting the aardvark's position at the beginning of many alphabetically ordered animal lists. In the world of comics and animation, aardvarks have made several notable appearances. For instance, in the comic strip, BC, by Johnny Hart, there's a recurring character called Peter the Aardvark. In the animated series, The Ant and the Aardvark, produced by DePatie Frelling Enterprises in the late 1960s and early 1970s, an aardvark is one of the main characters, although portrayed more like an anteater in appearance and behavior. The aardvark's unusual name has also contributed to its cultural presence. Being one of the first words in many English dictionaries and encyclopedias, aardvark is often used as an example of a rare or unusual word, sometimes in a humorous context. In the field of computing, Aardvark was chosen as the code name for an early version of the Android operating system, continuing a tradition of naming Android versions after desserts and sweets alphabetically, although this particular codename was not used publicly. Aardvarks have also made their way into heraldry and logos. For example, the South African Air Force's 250 Air Defense Artillery Group uses an aardvark in its emblem, symbolizing characteristics like determination and resourcefulness. In conservation and wildlife education, aardvarks often serve as ambassadors for African wildlife, particularly for lesser-known species. Their unique appearance and characteristics make them intriguing subjects for nature documentaries and wildlife programs, helping to raise awareness about biodiversity and conservation in Africa. The aardvark's role in its ecosystem, particularly its habit of creating burrows that are used by other animals, has led to its recognition as an ecosystem engineer in scientific and educational contexts. This has helped to highlight the importance of species interactions and the role of individual species in maintaining healthy ecosystems. In recent years, as awareness of climate change and its impacts on wildlife has grown, aardvarks have been featured in discussions about the effects of global warming on African ecosystems. Their sensitivity to temperature changes and reliance on insect prey make them an important indicator species for climate change impacts. The aardvark's appearance in various cultural contexts, from traditional African beliefs to modern global media, reflects humanity's enduring fascination with the natural world and its unique inhabitants. It also underscores the importance of preserving biodiversity, not just for ecological reasons, but also for its cultural and educational value. However, it's crucial to note that while cultural representations can raise awareness about aardvarks, they can sometimes lead to misconceptions. For instance, the portrayal of aardvarks in cartoons and children's media often bears little resemblance to the real animal, which can lead to confusion about their true nature and needs. In conclusion, the cultural significance and representations of aardvarks span a wide range, from traditional African beliefs to modern global pop culture. These representations reflect our fascination with unique and unusual animals and highlight the aardvark's status as an iconic African species. As we continue to learn more about these remarkable creatures, their cultural significance serves as a reminder of the deep connections between human societies and the natural world, and the importance of preserving Earth's biodiversity for future generations. 8. Scientific research, studies, and aardvarks in zoos and captivity. Scientific research on aardvarks, along with studies conducted in zoos and captive settings, has greatly expanded our understanding of these unique animals. This research not only provides valuable insights into aardvark biology and behavior but also informs conservation efforts and improves our ability to care for aardvarks in captivity. Field studies of aardvarks in their natural habitat have been challenging due to their nocturnal and elusive nature. However, advances in technology, particularly in tracking devices and camera traps, have allowed researchers to gain new insights into aardvark behavior and ecology in the wild. One significant area of research has focused on the aardvark's role as an ecosystem engineer. Studies have shown that aardvark burrows provide habitat for a wide range of other species, from small mammals to reptiles and insects. This research highlights the aardvark's importance in maintaining biodiversity and ecosystem health. Another crucial area of study has been the aardvark's diet and feeding behavior. Researchers have conducted detailed analyses of aardvark's stomach contents and feces to understand their dietary preferences and nutritional needs. These studies have revealed that while ants and termites form the bulk of their diet, aardvarks may consume a wider variety of insects than previously thought, and may occasionally eat plant material. Climate change impacts on aardvarks have become an increasingly important focus of research. A notable study conducted in the Kalahari Desert found that aardvarks were struggling to survive during drought conditions, with several study animals dying due to lack of food and water. This research has highlighted the vulnerability of aardvarks to climate change and the potential for range shifts or population declines in the future. Genetic studies have provided insights into aardvark evolution and population structure. These studies have confirmed the aardvark's place in the Aphrotheria superorder and have revealed significant genetic diversity within aardvark populations across Africa. This information is crucial for conservation planning and understanding the species' ability to adapt to environmental changes. Research on aardvark physiology has uncovered some fascinating adaptations. For example, studies have shown that aardvarks have a lower body temperature than most mammals, which may be an adaptation to their insectivorous diet and burrowing lifestyle. Their ability to close their nostrils while feeding has also been a subject of research, revealing the intricate muscular control they have over their specialized snouts. In captive settings, zoos have played a crucial role in aardvark research and conservation. Zoos provide opportunities to study aardvark behavior, reproduction, and health in ways that would be difficult or impossible in the wild. Many zoos participate in breeding programs, which not only help maintain captive populations but also provide valuable data on aardvark reproduction and development. Research in zoos has greatly improved our understanding of aardvark nutrition. Early attempts to keep aardvarks in captivity often failed due to inadequate diets. Through careful study and experimentation, zoos have developed specialized diets that meet the unique nutritional needs of aardvarks, significantly improving their health and longevity in captivity. Behavioral studies in zoos have revealed interesting aspects of aardvark cognition and problem-solving abilities. For example, research has shown that aardvarks can learn to use tools to access food, demonstrating a level of cognitive flexibility that was previously unrecognized. Zoo-based research has also contributed to our understanding of aardvark health and veterinary care. Studies on captive aardvarks have led to improved methods for treating common health issues, developing appropriate anesthesia protocols, and managing age-related conditions. This knowledge not only benefits captive aardvarks but can also be applied to the veterinary care of wild aardvarks when necessary. Reproductive studies in zoos have been particularly valuable. Aardvarks have a long gestation period and typically produce only one offspring at a time, making it challenging to study their reproduction in the wild. Zoo breeding programs have provided detailed information on aardvark reproductive cycles, fetal development, and maternal care. One interesting area of zoo-based research has been the study of aardvark vocalizations. While generally quiet animals, aardvarks do produce a variety of sounds, and research in captive settings has helped to catalog and understand these vocalizations and their contexts. Zoos also play a crucial role in aardvark conservation through public education. By allowing people to see aardvarks up close and learn about their unique characteristics and conservation needs, zoos help to build public support for aardvark and habitat conservation efforts. Some zoos have participated in aardvark reintroduction programs, although these are relatively rare due to the challenges of reintroducing such specialized animals. However, the knowledge gained from captive breeding and care has been valuable in informing in situ conservation efforts. Research on aardvark sensory capabilities has revealed their remarkable adaptations for their nocturnal, insectivorous lifestyle. Studies have shown that aardvarks have poor eyesight but excellent hearing and an extraordinary sense of smell, which they use to locate insect nests underground. In recent years, there has been growing interest in the potential medical applications of aardvark research. For example, studies of the aardvark's specialized digestive system and its ability to consume large quantities of ants and termites without ill effects have led to investigations into potential applications for human digestive health and pest control. conservation genetics research has become increasingly important for aardvark conservation. By studying genetic diversity within and between aardvark populations, researchers can inform conservation strategies to maintain genetic health and resilience in wild populations. One challenge in aardvark research and captive care has been replicating their natural burrowing behavior. Some zoos have developed specialized enclosures that allow aardvarks to engage in digging and burrowing behaviors, which is important for their physical and psychological well-being. Collaborative research between zoos and field biologists has been particularly fruitful. For example, studies comparing the behavior and physiology of captive aardvarks with their wild counterparts have helped to improve both our understanding of aardvark biology and the quality of care for captive individuals. In conclusion, scientific research, studies, and the experiences of caring for aardvarks in zoos have greatly expanded our knowledge of these fascinating animals. From their unique adaptations and behaviors to their ecological importance and conservation needs, ongoing research continues to reveal new insights about aardvarks. This knowledge is crucial not only for improving our ability to protect and conserve wild aardvark populations but also for enhancing the care and well-being of aardvarks in captivity. As we face growing environmental challenges, continued research on aardvarks and other unique species will be essential for developing effective conservation strategies and maintaining the rich biodiversity of our planet. As we conclude our in-depth exploration of the aardvark, it's clear that this unique animal is far more than just an alphabetical curiosity. Our journey through the world of the aardvark has revealed a creature of remarkable adaptations, ecological significance, and cultural importance. Let's summarize the key points we've covered and consider their broader implications. Firstly, the aardvark's physical characteristics and adaptations showcase the power of evolutionary processes. From its long, sticky tongue to its powerful claws and unique teeth, every aspect of the aardvark's anatomy is finely tuned to its specialized lifestyle. This serves as a compelling example of how species evolve to fill specific ecological niches. The aardvark's role as an ecosystem engineer highlights the interconnectedness of species within ecosystems. By creating burrows that serve as habitat for numerous other species, aardvarks demonstrate how a single species can have far-reaching effects on biodiversity and ecosystem health. This underscores the importance of preserving not just individual species, but entire ecological communities. Our examination of aardvark behavior and ecology revealed a creature that is both resilient and vulnerable. While aardvarks have survived for millions of years and adapted to a wide range of habitats, they now face significant threats from habitat loss, climate change, and human activities. This situation is emblematic of the challenges facing many species in the Anthropocene era, where human impacts on the environment are reshaping ecosystems at an unprecedented rate. The aardvark's unique evolutionary history, as the sole surviving member of the order Tubulidentata, emphasizes the importance of preserving Earth's evolutionary heritage. Each extinct species represents a loss of millions of years of evolutionary adaptation, and the aardvark's lineage is a living testament to the depth and diversity of life's evolutionary journey. Our exploration of the cultural significance of aardvarks demonstrated how wildlife can capture human imagination and become integrated into our cultural narratives. From traditional African beliefs to modern popular culture, the aardvark's presence in human stories and art forms a bridge between the natural world and human society, reminding us of our deep connections to the ecosystems we inhabit. The scientific research and zoo studies we discussed highlight the ongoing process of discovery in biology and ecology. Even for a species that has been known to science for centuries, new insights continue to emerge, changing our understanding and informing conservation efforts. This emphasizes the importance of continued research and the potential for new discoveries that could have far-reaching implications for conservation and our understanding of the natural world. Looking to the future, the challenges facing aardvarks and their habitats are reflective of broader environmental issues. Climate change, habitat loss, and human-wildlife conflict are not unique to aardvarks but are global challenges that require concerted efforts to address. The plight of the aardvark serves as a call to action for conservation efforts not just for this species, but for ecosystems worldwide. Moreover, the aardvark's sensitivity to environmental changes, particularly in relation to climate and food availability, positions it as a potential indicator species for ecosystem health in Africa. Monitoring aardvark populations and behavior could provide valuable insights into the broader impacts of climate change on African ecosystems. In conclusion, our deep dive into the world of the aardvark has revealed a creature of fascinating complexity and ecological importance. From its unique adaptations to its cultural significance, the aardvark embodies the wonder and diversity of life on Earth. As we face growing environmental challenges, the story of the aardvark reminds us of the intricate connections within ecosystems and the importance of preserving biodiversity. The knowledge we've gained about aardvarks can inform broader conservation strategies, emphasizing the need for habitat protection, climate change mitigation, and sustainable development practices that consider the needs of wildlife. It also highlights the value of continued research and the important role that zoos and other institutions play in conservation and public education. As we end this exploration, I encourage you, our listeners, to reflect on the aardvark's story and consider its implications for our relationship with the natural world. How can we apply the lessons learned from studying aardvarks to broader conservation efforts? What role can each of us play in protecting biodiversity and addressing environmental challenges? I invite you to share your thoughts and questions in the comments section below. Your insights and perspectives can contribute to an ongoing dialogue about wildlife conservation and our role in protecting the incredible diversity of life on our planet. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the world of aardvarks, please consider subscribing to our channel for more explorations of fascinating species and ecological topics. Your support helps us continue to produce in-depth content that bridges the gap between scientific research and public understanding. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the remarkable world of the aardvark. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the wonders of the natural world.